Hi everyone and welcome to this video. Today I want to show you everything I made in the year 2024, so last year. I was so excited to film this video, then got really sick, so that's why I'm doing this at the end of January, but I think I'm still on time and I'm really excited to do this because after this I kind of have my head free to plan everything I want to do in the next year. Now, last year was one of my years where I knit the most, I would say, in my life. I started knitting back in 2018, then had a time where I was knitting a lot in 2020 during the pandemic, and then got into kind of a funk. And last year really was the year where I got back into my knitting addiction, and doing these podcasts as well has really motivated me to keep on track and keep doing what I'm doing. And I have a lot of things to show you today and a lot of different things to show you. So the first part of the video will be knits I made for myself, and I will show you some sweaters, some summer knits and some accessories. And then the second part of the video will be baby knits, because I did knit a lot of baby knits this year as I am expecting a baby in the summer, and I kind of was already preparing for that. So everyone who isn't interested in baby knits can tune out after the first portion of the video. I will start with all of the knits that I made for myself in adult size. I hope you enjoy the video, and I want to get right into it because it's gonna be a longer one, I think. So the first thing I'm gonna show you is what I'm wearing today, and it is the Harlow Sweater V-neck by Kadri. The first V-neck sweater I ever made. I made it in I made it in the Rerum Natura Ulysse in the color Merlot, and then La Mana Premia Mohair held together. It is this V-neck sweater with ribbing on the V, on the sleeves, and also this split hem detailing. I love this sweater. It is so soft. It sits so nice on my skin. I do not have to wear anything underneath this sweater. It has really, been my favorite sweater to wear all of this year. I love this dark burgundy color on me, and don't want to take it off anymore. I really, really, really love it. Then my second big project in 2024 that I finished was my porcelain sweater. And this is the first sweater I made. I made this before the one I'm wearing. It took me from the end of March till the end of May. So I started this one immediately after finishing this beautiful colorwork sweater. I stuck to the pattern when it comes to yarn. I used Tin Silk Mohair by Garn and also Tin Pergint by Garn, and I used the same colors that are used in the pattern. And this is the Porcelain Sweater Solo is what it's called by, let me just look that up. It has been a while since I read all of these patterns, so I have to kind of look onto my computer. It is the Porcelain Sweater Solo by Lene Holmes Samso, and I knit this in a size extra small to small. It fits me really nicely. The only thing I don't like about this is that it kind of scratches my skin. I think it's the soft silk mohair and maybe also a little bit of the Tin Pergint that's kind of scratchy, especially when it's too warm to wear this sweater. This combination is a lot more softer than this one, but I still love wearing it. I just have to put something underneath, like a base layer, so that it doesn't irritate my skin. Especially now being pregnant, I kind of have more easy to irritate, I guess, in a lot of different parts of life. This year was the first year where I really set out to knit summer knits. I had never done any summer knits because I'm someone that gets cold really easily, and I had the focus of knitting a lot of winter pieces to kind of build up my wardrobe. I have now done that. I do not need any more sweaters. So this year I focused my energy on doing a couple of summer knits, and I'm so happy with them. I got a lot of wear out of them, and I am also excited to do more summer knits in the future. So the first summer knit I did was the camisole number 5 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. It's a ribbed camisole, kind of this racer back with double knitting on the arms. This was the most challenging part. I used knitting for olive merino in the color deep petroleum blue for this. I knitted longer than the pattern, with pregnancy in mind, and I really loved doing it. I didn't like doing the double knitting. It took me a long time to get it, but I really loved the end result. I am happy that I chose the merino and not the cotton merino, because it's the perfect piece for those days here in Germany where it's too cold to wear a normal camisole with like cotton fabric, but also warm enough to wear a camisole. So yeah, that's the days where I chose to wear this one. Then I knit a second camisole. I knit the pie camisole while on vacation in September, and you now won't be able to see it pretty well because it's so dark, but it is this really beautiful eggplant color, really true dark purple, and I chose Filcolana Arweda wool for this. I sized up needles because I know the Filcolana Arweda wool from other projects already, and I wanted this piece to be a little bit more airy and flowy and not as structured. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. I used size bigger needles than what she recommends and got a different gauge with that as well. I used 3.5mm needles on this wool. Normally you would use like 2.5 or 3, I think, millimeter needles. But I'm happy with how I knit this. It has beautiful ribbing all around and also ribbing at the bottom. And I wore this over some dresses, over like a black slip dress on Christmas, and I really liked the way it looked. It kind of elevates the look while still being a piece of knitwear, and I got a lot of compliments on this one as well. When springtime came around, I decided to knit something very fun for the summer, and I'm so happy I did, and I never thought I would get so much wear out of these two pieces. They're knit in cotton wool. I had never made anything in cotton before. I was kind of worried about it stretching, washing it. I was apprehensive about cotton wool before doing this, and now I think I'm definitely gonna do more this summer in cotton wool, also for the baby, but also for me if I have the time. I went on Le Pull's Instagram site, and I really liked all of the summery pieces that she has and decided on 2 of them as a little set. The base of the set are these Lovers shorts. They're short shorts that you could modify to be longer. They have an elasticated waistband and some cute, I don't know what this is called, but cute detailing on the bottom. They are knit in Mandarin Petite by Sandnesgarn, and I held it double for the shorts. It's this beautiful bubblegum pink that just screams summer to me. I wore it so much with like white button down or just to the beach, jean jacket. You can really pair this with a lot of things. I wore this biking, I wore this being a little bit more active, and I must say the yarn really held up so well. It held its shape. I washed it. It's just really, really nice pattern and turned out great, exactly how I wanted it to. And to go with this, I also did a little bralette. It is the Cocoa bralette or Cocoa bra, I think. And I also knit it in Mandarin Petite, but with 1 strand only. This is what it looks like. It also has an elasticated band. And this one was a little bit tricky for me to get the size right because I have quite a large bust measurement but small cup size. So I had to go for a medium in the bust measurement, but then I think even an extra small in the cup size, and I had to do some math. I also knit the straps much shorter than I thought I had to because they did stretch, and I'm happy I did it. Yeah, and I wore the bralette in combination with the shorts a lot, but I also just wore the bralette under different things. I'm really happy with this. It's cute, and I probably wouldn't do a second one, but it's nice to have a knit little bralette in your wardrobe, I guess. The shorts, I would knit a second pair. Then I knit 2 Sophie scarves this year. I couldn't help myself. It's just such a really easy, quick pattern to do, and yeah, so I knit 2. I knit 1 in this size. I also went off of the Sophie shawl pattern and just made it smaller because both of these were stash busting projects where I tried to minimize my stash this year, and I was successful, I would say. You'll see with the baby knits I also did a lot of stash busting. I'm just pulling up what yarn I used for those. So on this one I used a combination of Isayer Highland wool in the color Chili and then some Ito mohair. I don't remember the color, but it was like a raspberry pink, muted, like darker. And I just used whatever was left of the yarn that I had for this. I then made this one with Tin Silk Mohair by Sandnesgarn in the color Deep Blue. I did a cardigan with this yarn a couple of years ago and I had some left, so I made this tiny version of the Sophie scarf where you honestly just tie it around your neck once and then make a little bow. And I think that this is a really cute gift knit. I think it really elevates any outfit and makes it a little bit cuter. And I also modified the pattern to make it look cute, I guess. I didn't really follow what she says except for the beginning. Then I want to show you my most made gift knit of the year 2024, and that is this Philly hot water bottle. I think I knit 12 or 13 of these this year for everyone that didn't want one. No, everyone was really happy with this gift. I knit a lot of these, and it is done in fritidsgarn by Sandnesgarn. That's like a thicker wool yarn that you can felt in the washing machine, and I did some following the pattern exactly. I did some where I duplicate stitched things onto it, for example a big heart. I did striped ones. I did one that's for a really long and narrow hot water bottle. I did some smaller ones like for children's hot water bottles, and now for Christmas I also did really small ones that fit in your pocket, and I think that they are really good. Like a hot water bottle cover is a good present because it just prolongs the hotness of the hot water bottle. I make one at night and it's still warm in the morning when I have this cover on. So I'm really a big fan of this, and will have to meet more people because I have run out of people to gift these to now. Next category is stuffed animals. I knit 2 this year and I am so in love. These are from the designer Cynthia Vallée. She is French and she has published a book with Lane magazine, I think, that's called Moosh and Friends, and it's all about Moosh the bear and its friends. And I have made Moosh the bear and I have made Nana the duck from the book, and I am now in the process of making a little orangutan. My mom has made the sheep. My friend has made like a little duckling, the cat. So we're all obsessed with these stuffed animals. They're like, the patterns are so good to follow. They're really detailed. You don't have to sew anything. They're all like top down connected. It's for a lot of different gauges. It's for people who like knitting with double pointed needles or magic loop. Just very versatile and also great stash busters. So let me introduce you to Moosh the bear first. This is her. I made a girl version. She looks kind of funny. Has a little tail, and I made her a mini dress. Normally she is wearing a pajama, but I haven't finished the pajama. The pajama bottoms are blocking right now and the top is not done yet. So this is what she's wearing for now. I made her out of the Vilgalana Arwetta wool in this brown color, and I used the rest of this Isire wool for her little dress. The pattern also comes with dungarees for her and that little pajama that I just showed you. So that's Moosh. And then this is Nana. I knit Nana with knitting for olive mohair. That's the brown color. Her little beak and feet are knit in Dererum Natura Ulysse wool, so a little bit thicker of a wool, but I don't think it looks weird. She's so soft, she's so cute. I gave her green eyes and I made her this little dress with scrap yarn, and as you might be able to see, there's the shorts incorporated in it, the top is incorporated in it, the porcelain sweater is in it, the pie camisole is in it, and then other yarns that I used for this year's projects are all in this little dress, which makes me so happy. And these two make me so happy in general. They're so cute, and I'm really excited to give them more friends in the next couple of months. Let me just sit them down. Okay, so I think that's it for the portion of the video where I show you non-baby knit items. Let's get into the baby knits. There's a lot. I have talked about most of these in my podcast, so if you need more information, then please go there and like watch them back. Maybe a little bit of a disclaimer. I am a first-time mom. I don't have children yet. I am a midwife, so I know what babies need, what is really practical for babies, what maybe isn't as practical. And still, I made some things where I am not so sure if our baby will get a lot of wear out of them. But I wanted to do projects that were quick, that were stash busters, and honestly, baby knits are really cute to do. So I just used what I had instead of buying new yarn, and I think we'll just go with the flow, and I will tell you what type of things our baby ended up wearing a lot and what didn't work at all. And also, not all of these things will be for our baby. I do plan on gifting some of these things, also depending on the gender. I think like colors are for everyone, and if we have a boy, he will definitely end up wearing a purple, a pink every now and then, but we'll just see which of these items will stay with us and which of them will go to another family. So I think we'll get the petite knit out of the way. I know it's kind of boring to do petite knit patterns, or like frowned upon, but they're cute patterns, they're simple, and I made a couple of them, so I'm gonna show you. And then afterwards I will have patterns that are not petite knit. So the first thing I knit for baby was a seaside set. And this is what it looks like. This is the top, and these are the bottoms. I knit the set out of Cool Wool Baby, which is a fingering merino yarn, non-superwash, and I knit it in this like second to smallest size she has, as a coming home outfit, really for the first couple of days, and just in case I have a smaller baby. I myself was 4 kilos when I was born. I would not have fit in this outfit when I was born, like fresh. That would not have been an option, but maybe I will have a smaller baby and they will get some wear out of this. You never know. And if not, then I will find a baby to give this to. I chose this white color, creamy white, and I alternated the stripes between this like grayish brown and then this magenta. I added buttons, white buttons, and also did the stitching of the buttons in the magenta yarn to kind of have a pop of color here. I then made another one of the seaside sweaters, because I think it's nice with the buttons that you can kind of open the head opening more and get it over the baby's head more swiftly. This one I talked about in, I think, a podcast in the summer. It is out of cashmere yarn. I was so excited while knitting this, because knitting with cashmere is just so much fun, so nice on the hands, and I think that this will be more of an heirloom piece and maybe not an everyday piece for our baby. I also embroidered the buttons This is what they look like. I put on mother of pearl buttons and then embroidered little flowers on them. I knit this in a size 3 months, or I think 2 to 4 months, but my gauge was off since this yarn is a lot thicker than the Sunday by Sadness garn or this cool wool. It will fit more of a 6 to 9 month baby, I think, which is also good because I think it's always better to do bigger sizes for babies anyways, so that they can grow into things and maybe get more than a couple of days of wear out of everything. You also have to consider that my mom knits almost as much as I do, if not more sometimes. So this baby will be the baby with the most knits ever, I think. And that's why I'm not really worrying about getting the sizes exactly right and like maximizing everything, because I know that we'll have more than enough. And yeah, it's kind of something that I am willing to be maximalist on, because I think that everything else I will be more minimalist when it comes to like baby gear and things that you need for a baby. Then I knit a pair of ruffle socks for baby. I used up the rest of the Mandarin Petite bubblegum color yarn for this. This is definitely a girl's sock in my in my world. So we'll see if this will be a gift knit or if this will be our baby's socks. I think they will have to grow into these anyways. So yeah, for now, they were really cute and quick to make. Then I made a little beanie. It's the hipster hat by Petite Knit. I have made this in an adult size already, and now baby has one as well. I used some rest yarn or some stash yarn for this I had left over from a sweater I knit. This is the Rerum Natura Ulysse in Emerald, and this is a non-superwash yarn that is kind of not the softest, but it does get really soft with wearing it and with washing it. And this will fit baby later in its life, maybe at like 1 year old or something like that. But I'm already prepared, so that's good. Using the same yarn that I had left over, I made baby a little Friday sweater with a big hole for its head, and also not on gauge at all, because this Rerum Natura is more of a sport weight yarn, and most of the patterns that Petite Knit has for little babies are made for like a thinner fingering yarn. So I also made, I think, the 6 month size, but this one will definitely fit a bigger baby as well. We'll see. You also never know what kind of baby you get. Maybe I'll get a really big baby and this will fit at like 4 months. Just be a surprise. Made another Friday sweater. This is more of the classic one. I used Sunday by Sadness garn in this lilac color, and I used leftover tin per gint from the porcelain sweater for the stripes. Now this is one where I am not so sure if I will have to put a long sleeve body under this because of the tin per gint. It's not as soft as the Sunday yarn, and yeah, I maybe wouldn't want this directly on baby skin because the porcelain sweater does scratch me a little bit, so I feel like it maybe won't be the best option for a baby, but I'm really excited about this. To go with this, I made these tights. They look much smaller, but they have a lot of stretch, I promise. I also made these out of the Sunday yarn, and they are the Evo tights, I think. I have this booklet where they are on the cover as well. Tights are a great thing for baby to wear because they're comfortable. These don't have a waistband that will kind of like pressure them on their back when they're laying a lot on their back. I made these without the feet, just normal like this, so that you can kind of adjust the length to the length of your baby's legs, and I'm in love. I will definitely make another pair of these, maybe in gray, a little bit more of a neutral color. Then maybe my favorite thing I knit for babies so far is this cardigan. It is called Petit Arc-en-Ciel, so small rainbow cardigan. I used De Rerum Natura Lease yarn, and this is so soft. It's much softer than this one. I think that this batch of yarn must have been less scratchy than this one. I don't know why, but this one feels like a cloud. And I think I'm most excited about this cardigan. Just seeing a little baby in this will make me really, really happy. And I knit this in a size 6 month, I think, around 6 months, so that they can grow into it and get lots of wear out of it. I know that white isn't the ideal color for a baby, but I think that you have to take advantage of this of these creamy white lighter colors while the baby is not roaming around on the floor yet. So that's why I kind of hope that we will get wear out of this before things get dirty in our household. Then I have a favorite pattern for baby pants. I discovered this through my mom as well. She has made a few of these for babies before, and I think comparing these to the petite knit bottoms, I really like that they have a lot of space for baby's diaper butt, because I am considering cloth diapering, so that's something I have in mind. It is this Hosenmatz pattern, and I knit this with the leftover yarn from the Seaside set, and also one other thing I did with the Cool Wool Baby that I gifted. And it just has a really stretchy waistband that you can fold over if your baby isn't as big yet, and it has stretchy parts on the feet as well that you can also fold over. So this pant will last for a long time, I think, and it's just really cute. So I made one in like a 3-month size for a baby with the Cool Wool, so with the fingering weight yarn, and then I made a second one with a more sport or thicker weight yarn, honestly. This one is made in Drops Lima, and I had these 3 colors left from a sweater I knit 4 years ago. So I used it up and made this version of the Hosenmatz that we will be able to wear, or baby will be able to wear outside when it's getting more cold, because it is like pretty heavy duty, thick fabric. Also in this striped color, and also with lots of room to grow in. I'm really excited about these two, and I think my mom has already made 2 more of these in other sizes for the baby. So the next two bigger items are patterns, or a pattern from Spectacle Strick, and I made bigger sizes of these because I had the yarn for it, and it is two versions of the Mood Slipover. This is the original version where I followed the pattern exactly. This is the Mood Slipover in size 2, and I used Vilcolana Peruvian Highland wool in Snow White and Lilac. And yeah, this is size 2. I really love the little smiley faces on it. It was fun to knit. The color work was fun to do. And because I really liked that concept and I liked the pattern, I did a second one, and this one I modified the smiley faces a little bit and changed the pattern to little sheep. And instead of the lilac, I used this light mint color and also did the ribbing in a white color. This is size 1, so a little bit smaller than this one. And then, last but not least, I went on a bonnet knitting spree, and I knit these bonnets and some more. Maybe I will gift some of these because no baby needs this many bonnets in about the same size, I know that. The first one I want to show you is this Pixie Dixie hat. And I made 2 of these. I made one in this 0 to 3 month size with long tassels so that you can tie it around the baby instead of under the chin. And then I made an adult version for my sister as well, that you can look up on Ravelry. I have a picture of her wearing it, and I think that this, with this little cardigan, is gonna melt my heart away. So I'll definitely be keeping this one, especially because baby can match my sister now. Then I did the Juno hat, also from the Sandnest Garn booklet. I did 2 of them. You recognize the yarn, Mandarin Petite leftovers, one in a very small size and one in a bigger size. I think that these 2 are ones that I will give away, especially when we're having a boy. And it's a really straightforward pattern, bonnet pattern. Really easy to do, really simple. I think you could do great little patterns on it as well. It's a good pattern to go off of and modify if you want to. I fell in love with the baby bear bonnet by Knitting for Olive. I have 4 with me here, but I made 6 and I have gifted 2 of them already. The baby bear bonnet is a really cute little hat that has either ribbing or this pearl ribbing in the front, and then of course the cute bear ears. I used Knitting for Olive Merino for this, and in the pattern they recommend to use some mohair wool to hold with it, but I decided not to use the mohair because I think that mohair and little babies are not always the best, especially if it's around their face. So I opted for the cashmere by Knitting for Olive instead, and I'm so happy with my choice because it really was only a few euros more expensive, and it makes for such a cute, warm, soft little bonnet that feels really high quality and is a beautiful gift knit for babies that have just been born or bigger children. I also made one the smallest size with the Cool Wool Baby that I had left over, and this one is definitely more preemie sized, or maybe for a little baby doll. So we'll see what baby will fit this, or if it will go to a baby doll instead, because it's tiny. I think that's everything I knit this year, excluding things that I gifted. If you want to see more, if you want to know more information, then definitely check out my Ravelry, check out my YouTube channel, and look at my podcast episodes where I talk more about all of these projects and how I kind of was in the process of doing them. I'm really excited to film more videos in the future. I'm thinking about a lot of new ideas. I'm excited for next year, what it brings. Excited to see how much time I will have for knitting in the second half of the year when our baby will be here with us. I think it will be less than in the first half, definitely. Excited about what's to come, and I wanted to thank you for watching this video if you made it this far, and we will see each other next time, where I will see you never, but you can leave a comment down below to just say hi if you want to. Bye bye.